And spawning in this other hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself, representing Quasar. It is Art. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss himself representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And fun fact, the winner of the series will advance on a face-off against Cure. Getting Cures in the next round, waiting for either Art or SKillous, another Protoss opponent. Oh boy. Coming into this, SKillous should be favored, but I mentioned this previously, I'll say it again. I have a really hard time placing SKillous' skill at the moment, no pun intended. But SKillous has been very inactive over the past couple of months. It's been a while, like 2, 3, 4 months. Like SKillous hasn't really been playing in many tournaments, as have some other players as well, just due to the fact that, you know, there's no EWC this year, for example, so there's just been less to compete for, so SKillous has been less active, so I don't really know where to place him and how to rank him, especially because someone like Art has been grinding, right? Art has been playing in everything, has been playing in so many tournaments, and Art has been showing that off, and he's been improving, like that all that work has been paying off for Art. He's been improving, he's been getting better results. I still do lean towards SKillous, of course, but I do know that Art nowadays is more of a threat, more than previously. Here we go. For now, 2-gate. 2-gate opener out of Art, likewise 2-gate opener out of SKillous as well. Two-gate openers all around. So Art does poke in. Does poke in, does pull away. And from here, SKillous going for a much faster expand. Okay, so 2-gate opener into a very fast Nexus. Meanwhile, Art across the map going for his own 2-gate opener back at home. And I would imagine going for his tech of choice. We'll keep an eye on him. Does go for a second round of Stalkers. Meanwhile, SKillous doesn't. Well, he did wait a little bit longer here to get his next unit. Going for his sentries. Art committing to a one-base all-in, going for the proxy. And SKillous is being greedy. And we just spoke about this, how Art has been improving over time and has been closing that gap in skill, and Art is being hyper-aggressive, going for the one-base all-in, and proxy robo's on the way. And meanwhile, SKillous, again, it's going to be hard to defend here, is being quite greedy. Oh, never mind, goes for his own defensive robo. Okay, okay. Going for the correct steps. Defensive robo's on the way, extra batteries as well. SKillous, he knows that a pylon is missing. He knows he's been scouted. So far, good reads out of SKillous. Very nice reads. And SKillous is favored here, given this position. He's going to have 3 batteries and he'll have immortal production. Go, the first immortal's on the way. Think of this like similar builds, except SKillous has, SKillous has a base and batteries. Whereas the production is the same. Yeah, Art, he's behind, he's going for the base, going for proxy disruptors. Disruptors are a way to make up for an otherwise deficit. It is a way to do so. Prism loads up. Art dropping into the main. Art, he drops into the main base so far. Nice damage. Gets 5 workers. Nice force field, forcing the recall. 5 probes go down. What's scary though is SKillous still ahead. SKillous, he's still up in workers. That's the power of the second base. He can afford some losses. Art needs more damage. And so far, solid force field, zoning Art away. Zones him back. SKillous is yet to lose any units. Immortal has arrived for both players. We have the Immortal. Nice catch. Catching out the Prism. Big misstep out of SKillous. Yeah, big misstep. Now he has no micro. He cannot juggle his units. Stargate's on the way. That should be for Phoenixes. Oh, as the drop does get into the main. Uh-oh. And Skill's being torn apart here. You're losing more probes. 1, 2, 3 more probe kills. Immortal should not go down. Oh no, the Prism goes down, the Immortal as well. We did see some miscontrol there by Art, and Art, he commits. He does have the Disruptor. Shells it over. Never goes off. Oh. Yeah, let's catch a couple of units. A couple of sentries go down. But that's not good enough. That's not good enough. As Skill's getting further ahead, building up more Immortals. That episode did not shade into the main. Looking for a way in. Oof. Yeah, the Disruptor gets focused down. So does the other. No Novas connect, and with that, GG. GG, well played. The all-in fails, and SKillous takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Skillous will take a lead. Again, a very intense game 1, of course, with Art going for the all-in, with Skillous being greedy, but again, Skillous went for a blind robo follow-up, so he had the tools to defend, I should say. He had all the batteries as well, and even though he lost his first War Prism, he was able to retain that higher Immortal count and also catch the Prism of Art. True. Like, that was a big misstep from Art, losing that War Prism in the main. That should not have happened. As now getting into game number 2. And spawning in the top right corner of Tourmaline, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss player himself, representing Quasar. It is Art. And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. Here we go. Just calming down as we are settling in. Once again, it was last game that Skillous went for a greedier build, and Art tried to punish him. We'll see if we can pull it off again. We'll see if Art can pull it off this time, assuming that Skillous is greedy, or if we do adjust and we do shift gears, and if Skillous is the aggressor instead. We shall see. We shall see. So now our players are amassing. Here we go. We have a 2-gate opener in the main base of Arts. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of Skillous as well. No one is going for a gate expand. Here we go. Art does got the main. This time again, we're looking for pylons. Making sure there's no shenanigans. Artie throws in his own second pylon here on the low ground. Sorry, his third pylon, I should say. Second pylon was in the main base. I believe Skillous did scouts. He did confirm. Likewise, Skillous also in the main as well. So both players are fully aware that this time we have standard openers. Everything's above board. Everything's as it should be. Art does pylon block, delaying the expand. Skillous is the same. So mirrored build so far, both players blocking each other, both players trying to expand. Okay, so you try to expand. Up. Next arrow on the way. And this time, as opposed to the last game we went for the initial robo, it is a Twilight Council opener. This is a lot more standard here. Remember, the robo was only necessary because Skillous was defending against an all-in and he was expecting hyper-aggression. This time, we're going for Blink, getting into the mid-game. So much more standard builds here from both players, getting ready for mid-game play. This should lead into a third expansion. The next big sign that we're looking for here is the gateway counts. Whether we go for a big gateway explosion, whether we go into earlier forges, earlier upgrades, or upgrades at all. That's what we're waiting for. You got them all and stuff. Time for SC2. Let's go. Let's go. Always, Pappy. Always. Take care. Take care. So now Skills does fan out. Does fan out with his 4 probes, with his 4 hallucinations. For those who are unaware, this is a nice little trick that you can do with a sentry. If you do hallucinate a worker and not a main unit, then you actually spawn in multiple probes, and then you can fan them out and scout at multiple locations in less time. As you can see, Skills scouted the entire map, by the way. The entire map with just the probes. Obviously, the downside is that workers are limited by terrain, whereas hallucinations, whereas air units like oracles and like phoenixes, they can ignore terrain and go directly into the main base to scout for tech. So different uses, different purposes. Probe scouts are ideal for looking for proxies, meanwhile, and ninja bases. Meanwhile, hallucination air units like oracles and phoenixes, they give you scout information in regards to the main base. Get into the bases. Confirming the Twilight Council, confirming the Forge, confirming the they don't quite get eyes on the Robo, but regardless, does confirm that we have a standard follow-up into a third base. Everything's looking as it should so far. SKillous the first to be active. Oh. Does barely catch a Stalker, very nice. Stalker goes down, Pylon as well. Nice little pickups here by SKillous. SKillous does pull away. And does pull out. And from here, we're just chilling. We're just big chilling back. Just calming down, building up our upgrades. Both players just settling into their own 3 bases. +1 is on the way. Blink is now done. Charge is finishing up as well. We do see that Art is the first to tech up. Now, this is kind of like the standard tech of choice here for, the standard tech direction of mid-game PvP is Charge out Stalker into Archon. The reasoning for this is because Zealots, they do amazingly when it comes to how efficient they are in PvP. But Zealots, they're prone to stacking, they're prone to clumping, so that's when Archons can punish mass Charge lots. So we'll have Archons available for Art soon, as the Temple Archives is still not yet done. Meanwhile, Skillous, he's going for no Archons himself, just going into Immortals count instead. Building up his Immortals. Mainly reliance on Stalkers. So far, catting well. First Archon morphs in. But again, this is mainly a Stalker-heavy composition. So far, nice force fields. Does kite back. Kites back to his batteries. Ooh, nice shuttling. Nice shuttling so far. It pulls further back here. He's got 3 batteries at his third base. They put in some work. They're putting in the work, Pappy. Does focus on the Archon at the same time. We do see Zealous at buying time on the left-hand side, collapsing through the army, and with that skills, he dominates this fight. He completely shuts down the Zealots, the Archons, and the Stalkers. And Skillous now going for the kill, going for the throw. GG gets called, and Skillous will claim the series 2-0. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Art was being a little bit cheeky. He was going for his own strong timing. He hit exactly as soon as the Temple Archives finished to get an Archon, but Archons, they're not good against Stalkers, or ideally against a more Zealot heavy style. There were no Zealots though, or there were barely any. It was very Stalker heavy as Skills instead, and that's where Skills, he had the defender's advantage, had the better concave, and again he could fall back to 3 batteries to support his army. Meanwhile, we saw that the Archon was less effective, and there just wasn't enough to really break through. Art did peter out. GG. GG, well played. With that, Skills will claim the series 2-0. Oh, and I don't think I opened predictions for that final series, so I do apologize. But I'll claim a 2-0 here, as that leads us into our next matchup. Now we're heading down to the lower brackets. We're heading on down to our PvPs. It is going to be Middle VK versus Arrow.